In his private member's Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, Ndorwa East MP Wilfred Niwagaba proposed the amendment of Article 105 of the Constitution to reinstate the presidential term limits. Term limits were removed in 2005 in a constitutional amendment widely seen by analysts as meant to enable President Yoweri Museveni, who had served for his 2 5-year terms, to seek another term in the new constitution.
Yes.
Now the majority report of the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, tabled before Parliament, has supported the reinstatement of the 5-year presidential term limits.
The committee therefore still stands with its earlier decision to reinstate presidential term limits as was illustrated in the 2017 amendment to the Constitution.
However, under the same Article 105, the committee has proposed another amendment seeking to extend the term of office of all political leaders, from the president to local council leaders, from 5 to 7 years. The committee members argue that the presidential term should be extended to enable adequate time for the president to implement their manifesto, and that 5 years are not sufficient for one to have meaningful impact on development. The committee wants the amendment to be effected after 2026.
The government commences the process of increasing the term of all political officers from 5 years to 7 years, which is in compliance with the relevant provision of the Constitution and should not apply to the Parliament in which the proposal is effected.
But Niwagaba accuses the committee chairperson and the majority committee members of smuggling this amendment into his original bill.
But fortunately, it won't succeed, because extending the term of government would require a referendum. It cannot be determined here, and I will, as the mover of the bill, strongly and vehemently oppose that inclusion and smuggling of matters into my bill.
A similar attempt in 2017 to extend the term of office of all political leaders to 7 years under the Rafal Majezi Constitutional Amendment Bill, also known as the Age Limit Bill, was blocked by the Constitutional Court on grounds that it had been smuggled into the original bill. In another amendment under Article 104, the committee has supported a proposal allowing a political party sponsoring a presidential candidate to file a presidential election petition on behalf of the candidate. Currently, it's only the presidential candidate who can file a presidential election petition.
And because of that house arrest, the individuals find it difficult to gather evidence and file petitions within the prescribed time. But if you open it up to the candidate or the political party or both, it helps the institutions to pursue actions of petition within the prescribed time.
Meanwhile, the majority report rejected proposals of removing the army representatives from Parliament, abolition of the office of the Prime Minister and RDCs, empowering the office of the Vice President, and introduction of the panel of speakers, among others. However, all these proposals were supported by the minority report tabled by Bugiri Municipality MP Asumani Basalirwa. Habad Ziwa, NTV at Parliament.